different ways that I splatter. I'm going to start out first with a paintbrush. This is an old paintbrush of mine that's quite scrubby, works great for splattering. I'm putting some peacock feather ink on my mat, misting it with lots of water to dilute it, and then I'm going to load my brush. I'm just going to tap on the end of the brush, that way I can control a little bit where the splatter goes. Next up, I'm going to use the toothbrush. So this time I'm using picked raspberry. Pushing some onto my mat, adding some water to dilute it. I'm also going to add some water to the toothbrush itself to make it wet. Then I'm going to load the toothbrush, and I'm just going to drag my thumb across the bristles to create a splatter onto the cardstock. This creates a much finer splatter with the toothbrush. This time I'm going to use a spray bottle. You can use any spray at all. Take the cap off and then just tap onto the tubing, and the ink that's in the tubing will splatter onto the cardstock. Next, I'm going to create splats with distressed stains and distressed paints. Starting with the stains, and they're very liquidy. So you just pounce it onto your cardstock and you'll end up with a big splat. If you find you're not getting enough of a splat or you want a larger one, you can just spray a bit of water onto the sponge dauber part, and that will dilute the ink and create a larger splat. So I'm going to do that right now. Just a couple of sprays, and you can see that it dilutes the paint, or stain rather. Now I'm going to do it with the distress paint, and it is very thick, so you need to actually spray it with water. I've showed you here that I've done it a couple times and you don't get a very good splat, but if you spray about 3 sprays of water, you'll see that it creates a much better splat. And if you want to create a different look, you can always blot the inks afterwards to soften the look. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll share some cards I've made with splattering, and thanks for watching.